I'll tell the story of the first restorers on how I got
Yeah,
that going.
that's also something that.
So the thing that I went to filmmaking school for wasn't documentary films, but I also two of my professors are Academy nominated documentary films. One of them just won this year the Academy Award. Uh, so I got a little bit of gleaned, but the difference between, like we said, the difference between somebody talking at you in the front of the room and you actually going out and putting it together is miles apart.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided that I was going to make a film about old airplanes. And going to air shows in Cleveland, there were jet teams, and then you walked around on a ramp and it was very hot and your parents wouldn't buy you an icy. That was what air shows were to me. Until I actually left college and graduated college, and I went to a different type of air show where you could see older airplanes and talk to the pilots and that sort of thing and find out some interesting things about them. And I thought there's something here there's a story here that's never been told. And my way of storytelling at that point, I didn't have very many avenues in to do a narrative, scripted storytelling or film. So I decided I'm going to do a documentary about old airplanes and these people that apparently are still restoring them, which I had just learned about. Now, and in my narrative training up until that point, I knew that I had to get the people on the poster are always the actor, and that's what reels people in. So I thought, for a documentary, I need to get somebody that people in the airplane world have heard of. So I asked around to people and they said, you need to go to Fargo, North Dakota, because one of the best warbird restorers ever lives up in Fargo. So I got my credit cards out, and me and an audio guy got on a plane, and I spent money on myself thinking I'm going to be able to put together a package with the initial plan in my film was I'm going to do a dozen different restorers, put it together into a 1 hour piece, and then see if I can get PBS to air it. And that was kind of my whole business plan. And I would get investors to ride along with me. But at that point, I knew I was nobody. I had never done a documentary before. And I actually didn't know that much about airplanes at that point. So I said, but what I did have some faith in is that I could shoot a couple of shots that looked pretty good. So I thought, I'm going to make a movie about and shoot it on motion picture film because it was 2002 and you could still do that. And I'm going to shoot this material and let the work stand for itself. I'm going to let the sexy beam footage of the airplanes and bombers at dawn and people in slow motion walking to their airplanes with the dew on them and all that, and put it to some good music. And that's what I'm going to show people to get my investment. Not me. It's not about me. What's your name? Doesn't matter. Look at the trailer that I cut together for this. Mm-hmm. And we went to Fargo, and we shot up in Fargo for 2 days. And then we went to, still on credit cards, and and that Fargo material, I cut into a trailer immediately. I had it transferred digitally, and I edited on some real early version of Premiere. And I had it on a DVD, on a little portable DVD player. And then we went to, because I wanted another name right off the bat to be in the movie. And one of the Apollo astronauts, Frank Borman, Red Genesis on the backside of the moon, he flew old P-51 Mustangs. So we went to Arizona and shot with him, a bigger name that I keep building and building with a bigger name. Still don't have one investor. Mm-hmm. Went and shot on credit cards again with Frank Borman. And because of the shooting with the guys in Fargo, I was able to contact Frank Borman, and he said, oh, these guys are real. Okay, they're shooting with real people, with real restorers. I will talk with you. So your success with one and doing it honestly and creatively and with good quality then begat a bigger name. And then I built it from there, and then cut another trailer together. And then I was able to start showing it to people with them going, oh, there's some real people in this movie. It looks like a real movie, and cut together nicely. And then I could start getting investors. So that was kind of how I was able to begin the process of building.
How old were you when you did that?
I don't remember. It
Was it
was,
99?
yeah, no, it was in 2002. Because also my grand plan was I was going to put together a movie about aviation and release it in 2003, which was the 100th anniversary of Powered Flight by the Wright brothers. So I thought a lot of people would be wanting material to air on different networks. My only mistake was I should have shot it a year earlier because networks have such a long lead time in the lining up of their material. So I did get it on some places, but not as many as I would like.